Mike Bell, could have talked to you. This is just going to be a journal entry. I got a lot of work to do around this, around my home, but more on that later. But I just want to reiterate a couple of the short I shared. But yeah, there are those that say that Trump is playing 4D chess. I don't know about that, but I know that as president, he knows things and is learning things that past presidents, past administrations have come to know and learn as they've been in that role as president of the United States, leader of the free world. And these people, for 30 years, have decided to go along to get along. Yeah, the working class will pay the bills while we just line our globalist pockets. Trump's not doing that. But the regime, the Iran regime, thought they could survive economically this Strait of Hormuz issue. It's like 1 minute they say, okay, let's make a deal. Next minute, no, we're going down fighting. 1 minute, okay, let's make a deal. No. Yeah, they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, like Trump said. They're cuckoo. They don't have the mental comprehension of logic. That's probably why they cannot conceive of the notion that they're going broke with this Strait of Hormuz crap. But at the end of the day, the regime will have no more power over the oil supply in the world, not even just 20%. I am so glad Trump is president. You know, the regime had a chance to make a deal, you know, and now no ceasefire, too late. No more playing footsie. See, that's the difference between Trump and if anybody else, namely Obama, who I am convinced his are the size of peas. Put two little peas, a can of peas, whatever, or raw out of the plant. But take two little peas and put them right next to each other, and you'll have a pretty accurate depiction of the size of Obama's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a leader like Obama, who would have just happily gone back to playing footsie and making sure that the American worker just pays the bill again, going back to business as usual. Trump didn't want to do what he's doing now, but it's too late. It's too late now. That's why he was pushing for a deal for so long. He was pushing for a deal because he thought he could dangle a carrot and get the regime to do what he wants that way. But the regime forced his hand. And now, total annihilation of that regime. That regime in the Middle East, Iran, Iran regime will never, ever rise again. I was a freaking toddler when people were on the news, you hear people chanting, down with Carter, down with Shah, the Shah of Iran. Well, now, looks like the Shah of Iran is going to have a good chance to re-rise. Boy, Marco Rubio, he's come a long way from the rebuttal to one of Obama's State of the Union addresses years ago. Yeah. Remember the next day, everybody was making jokes about it. I forget exactly what the punt of the joke was, but the next day, everybody was making fun of Marco Rubio and the way he drinks water from a cup. But the guy's come a long way, and he will. Marco Rubio will be J.D. Vance and him next. And, well, so for the next potential 16 years after Trump, I think we can safely say the Latino vote and the Cuban vote will be pretty much in the bag for the Republican Party. High gas prices. Yep, they suck, but it's necessary for what Trump's trying to do. Maybe it wouldn't be necessary, because remember, Trump got the gas prices down during his first term. But what happened? Democrat Party intervention. That's what happened. And the pandemic. Yeah, high gas prices suck, but it's necessary for what Trump's trying to do. Hey, it could be worse. The whole country could be like California, where fraud has been made legal by the Democrat globalist elitist leaders there. Would you rather have the whole country be like California? Make fraud lawful? You get what you paid for. Just ask the people of New York who voted for Mandani. that the people in New York who voted for Namdami, you get what you paid for. I guess the bulk of New Yorkers were suckered into the whole free stuff. So they voted communism in. Jeez. Yeah, I am busy. I got a lot of work I got to do to this place. I was making an egg omelet this morning, and I usually do my 12-egg omelet, but I realized I bought jumbo eggs, so they had 2 yolks in each one. So it ended up just being a 9 omelet. And I usually burn up all this vegetable scraps. I had leftover onion, leftover peppers, leftover radishes, leftover mushrooms, and I basically just at the end of the week on a Saturday, I'll make a big old omelet. But even with 9 omelets or 9 eggs, I ended up only eating a portion of it and putting the rest away for the week. But this is the last time I take the time to cut up radishes. I'm done with that. I'm going to start buying like I've been buying my fruit already pre-sliced and ready to go. I'm going to start doing that with my vegetables too, because my lifestyle is just too busy to do otherwise. I watch carefully the way, at work, working part-time at a grocery store, the way moms shop. Even moms get tired of cutting up vegetables. And, the grocery store where I work is, family-owned place, and they pretty much got it down to a science. I mean, hey, these people cut up all the vegetables, and I can buy the stuff, quantity, how much I want. Well, it varies, but the point is, I don't have to do the work then, so I can just throw it in the omelet and be ready to go. Yeah, it creates a job and fuels the economy. It's a win-win. It is the future. But clearly, even busy moms don't have time to cut up vegetables in their lives, too. But like I said, it creates a job and fuels the economy. The wave of the future. Since under Trump, businesses and stuff for manufacturing businesses are coming back to the United States. Thank you, President Trump. Yeah, I had to invest in some stuff, including this thing. I already opened it, but I already used it once. I got to go out there and wash another part of the house. But I've been contemplating buying one of these for many years, actually. It never became an issue at the old place where I used to live because I kept to keep reminding myself, I'm living amongst like the song says, a better class of losers. And of course, in this context, the word loser is a euphemism for sinners, typical human beings. But, but there's, I still wouldn't change it though. I like it. I like, the fact that I'm, living in a more, stricter community and stuff. It keeps you on your toes a little bit, I will admit. Where I used to live was all hands on deck and free for all, basically. But then we also had to deal with crime, which we don't have to deal with that here. I think in the 3 years I've been here, there was one domestic violent issue that did come up. But that was it. In the 3 years I've been living here. Yeah, I'm just going to touch on a few more things, and then I'm going to go out and I think before I stop recording, I will show you some of the stuff I've already done outside. But Matt Cross of the 33 Secrets for the last day or two must been going back on his past videos for the last month or so and liking a lot of my comments. I woke up this morning, before I turned in yesterday, there was a few, and then when I woke up this morning, there was a few more. But apparently, he's been liking a bunch of my comments on his channel. So the one specifically I always mention on this channel here about the problem with society in the 1950s was a system was in place that allowed the male ego to run amok in our society. The problem with society today is a system is now in place that allows the female ego to run amok in our society. Male, female, we're all united when it comes to being pathetic, gross, disgusting human beings who fall short of the grace of God. I might turn these last two into video shorts or not, I don't know. But yeah, the more I see, females really do struggle, especially in today's world, with morale. They struggle with being moral without a strong father figure in their life. Whether it's an older brother, a stepbrother, a stepfather. It seems like females really struggle with the whole morale thing in the absence of a strong father figure in her life. And I might make a video short of this. The concept of falling in love. What a concept. You know, I think it would take, it would take a lifetime for me to fall in love with anybody. With any female, certainly. So if a female wants me to fall in love with her, well, she better be willing to dedicate her life to me then, because that's the only way that's going to happen. And even then, the whole falling in love with her would not have been completed until the end of my life. That's the way it goes. That's life. That's the way it goes. That's one example. I got a deal on something called pea gravel. I never knew that was a thing until a week ago. But I got a good deal on pea gravel at Ace Hardware. 24 bags. They only charged me for 20 of them. $2.99 each. This is a little difficult. I can't tell if this is the reflection or if I'm actually recording my dance rose bush that I dug out of the ground and brought with me when I moved 3 years ago. But 7 rosebuds 2 years ago, 14 last year, none this year. I think it's because we had such a dry spring, but I'll see what I can do about rectifying that. Anyways, I don't know if that worked or not, but hopefully it did. I got to get to work on painting the deck. I started it 2 years ago. Some of the neighbors have been saying that the community's getting a little more stricter and picky about stuff. But it really doesn't bother me because a lot of stuff I'm doing is stuff I intended to do a long time ago. But, you know, life got in the way. I had to get 2 jobs, and I still wasn't promoted at one of the jobs yet. Now I was promoted at one of the jobs, so I don't have to work as hard at the other job. But I still like working at the other job a couple days a week anyways. Besides, working there is going to be part of my retirement plan because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to retire from the main job, and then bam, I'm going to have to buy what will probably be the last new car I ever buy in my life. And that part-time grocery store job will be the way I'm going to pay for it. I want to retire a millionaire, but stay a millionaire. And that's why I'm going about it the way I'm going about it. One thing's for sure, all that money will be mine. It's called free market capitalism. I make it, I earn it, I save it, it's mine. The only chance you'll get even 1 penny of it, well, first of all, you have to be young, fertile, and female. Between 19 and 24. Otherwise, don't waste my time. Mike Barilak, thank you for your time.